Hello again. It's Tuesday the 21st of April 2020. Welcome to our first class, our first proper class. And today we're looking at adjectives. Okay. So many of you will know that for the last year and a half I've been eating a low carb, high fat diet or ketogenic diet. And I was really happy recently to receive a whole load of 100% chocolate in the post with no sugar, no artificial types of sugar as well. So that's great. I can eat that without worrying about it. And while I was waiting for that to arrive, I went to the supermarket and bought some 70% chocolate, which is the low end of dark chocolate. Unfortunately, I used to like this, but I don't know, the inside's actually probably just full of sugar, and I don't know, your taste buds change, and for me it tasted really chemical. Oh my god, the grammar police are going to come and get me. I can't say it tasted chemical. Why not? Well, first of all, let's have a think about German, right? We can say a red house, ein rotes Haus, the red house, das rote Haus. I hope I've got that right. But then we would say the house is red, das Haus ist rot. Why don't we say das Haus ist rotes or roter? I've painted the house red. Ich habe das Haus rot gestrichen, if that's the right word, but not rotes and roter. So you can see that there's a difference in how you handle the adjective red in German. Ein rotes Haus, das rote Haus. Here the word red modifies the noun house. It tells us more information about the attributes of the house. In this case, information about the colour of the house. But that's different when it comes out, let's say, after the verb for now. So the house is red, I've painted the house red, and that's different. You can feel that the word red is used differently there. Okay, let's get back to chemical and let's look at this example. Okay? What can and can't we say here? Only B and C are possible. In B, we simply get around the problem by using the noun chemicals. Let's focus on C. Chemical taste. So the word chemical is attributive. It modifies what we mean by the word taste. And that's officially the only way that chemical can be used in that position. Hey, future David here. I totally forgot to point out in this video that most adjectives behave like red. They can appear in both positions. But today we are, of course, focusing on those adjectives which don't work in that way. Please now pause this video and do exercise 1 in the document on StudIP. Let's go through the answers. National works in the same way as chemical. It classifies the noun. In C, you could say the minimum, but then that's a noun instead of an adjective. And yes, the verb is. We'll explain that in another class. There's a group of adjectives starting with the letter A that can only appear in the predicative position: asleep, awake, alive, etc. Here's another one. Sometimes the meaning changes. Her late husband, her dead husband. Her husband was late, he never arrived on time. Sick can be in both positions. The sick people, the people are sick. Although the second is more American, in Britain we'd more typically say the people are ill or unwell. That's also possible. Speaking of sick people, we can say this is a suitable treatment for the unwell. This is a treatment suitable for the unwell, which if you want you can think about as being this is a treatment that is suitable for the unwell. Notice we can't say this is a treatment suitable, full stop. These are all totally normal. I know in German you probably want to say the interested people, but I think that more often than not we would say I spoke to the people interested. Notice we can't say I spoke to the interested people in hiring a boat, etc. Here we have an adjective from the past participle, purchased. Both options are possible, but the second one is probably the more common. The books purchased are on the table. It's as if you're saying the books which were purchased are on the table. Here we have a change in meaning determined by the position of the adjective. Your concerned neighbour is your worried neighbour. The people concerned, that's a particular group of people. Those people, if you want. The house opposite is on the other side of the street. You can't say the opposite house. An opposite opinion is an opposing opinion. If you go into a company and ask to speak to the person responsible for marketing, then that's one person whose role is to work with marketing. It's part of their duty. A responsible person is someone that society trusts to do the right thing. Please now pause and do exercise 2 on Stud IP. A blaze is in the same list as afraid, alive, alone, etc. You can also say received applications, but applications received is probably more common. This is like chemical and national. It classifies the type of treatment. I'm not messing with you. This is the only option here. The same as the house opposite, or the house down the street. So we can't say that fool is utter. Utter can only mean complete or total. Yes, alike is also on that list. So here are some search terms that you can use when looking up adjectives in your grammar book. You might want to look up the position of adjectives. And more specifically, they can be attributive, so emphasizing like utter, or classifying medical, national, chemical, etc. Or they can be predicative, so basically, let's say after the verb. We can also have participle adjectives. They can be formed from the present participle, so to welcome, so a welcoming smile, or from the past participle, so provided, so the information provided. In this case, we can't say the provided information, or it would be weird. We're not looking at the order of adjectives on this course, but I advise you to look that up as well. For example, we can say the big red house, but not the red big house. So look that up too, just for yourself. Oh, whoops. You've caught me eating some of the chocolate. Yeah, so I hope that covers some of the basics with adjectives, and I'll see you in the next class for adverbs. Bye for now.